What's up, everybody? I am Johnny Rizzo, and I am with Mama Dukes, and this is Motorcycle Mayhem Radio, live on WOR 710 AM. Even though we're not really live, but we're live right now.
We're sort of live.
So what's up, Mama? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Johnny. How was your trip to Florida?
Oh, I got to tell you, it was awesome. On the way down there, okay, my daughter drove. She was, I can't see good at night. Can you drive at night? So, all right, so we left right after the show Wednesday that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove all the way to daylight, okay? She basically drove the end of North Carolina, maybe into the very beginning of Georgia. So that was something good for me.
Right.
On the way home, I drove the entire way. We left my mother's house at 10 o'clock. I was home in my bed 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
17 hours from door to door.
Straight?
Straight. We stopped. The only time we stopped at Buc-ee's. That was it.
Free plug for Buc-ee's.
Free plug. They don't need a plug. That place in South Carolina is an amazing, not a truck stop. It's a rest area.
Right.
With over 100 gas pumps. You gotta Google it. It's awesome stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And they
How
have
do you spell Buc-ee's so our listeners can Google it?
BUCC/EES. So
Doesn't it have like a picture of like a
beaver
on there?
It's a beaver. All right.
Oh, God.
It is a beaver, Margaret.
Man.
A beaver.
All right. So.
But no, and that was good stuff, though, man. And they have the brisket sandwich, which is out of this world. And yeah, loved every second of it. So anyway, I got home. And just so I can give everybody a clue what's going on with my life right now. I'm in the middle of a weight loss contest with our friend Jim Barr.
Okay.
So now Jim is here walking 3 miles a day while I'm in Florida eating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all I did was eat.
Right.
Okay. Now my mother, okay, and people will learn who my mother is over the course of the time that we're doing this show. Johnny, you have to lose weight. Look at you. Look at you. You got your heart condition. You got to, you're going to get sick. You got to watch yourself. Meanwhile, it's me, my daughter, and my mother. She makes dinner. She cooks for 12. It's the three of us. And now she's like, eat. Look what I made. Eat. I eat. Johnny, have more. I can't. Oh, come on.
Meanwhile, just earlier, she's telling you you got to lose weight.
And then it comes dessert time where she would make like a chocolate pudding pie or something. Johnny, look what I made. And like, you just got finished telling me how much I'm fat I am. It's unbelievable.
It's the guilt of the mothers. They make you feel bad, and then they feel guilty, so they cook. So
exactly.
It's like the Italian Jewish thing. My mother would do the same thing to me. She would tell me what a horrible child I am, and then stuff my face with food.
Exactly. But the worst part about it is now, okay, I'm finally going to leave there. All right, I'm going to go home. It was freezing in Florida. I mean, I wanted to go out on a motorcycle. I couldn't. It was 34 degrees.
What's going on with the weather?
Who knows?
Mother
right?
Nature, man, she's totally freaking me out.
It's crazy. So what does my mother do? She packs food for me and my daughter. Now we got sandwiches. And let me tell you something. I'm a fat guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat it.
Of course you are.
I'm going to eat it. Like last week when Jim Barr was in the studio, he brought me a double cheeseburger. What do you think I'm going to do, Margaret? What am I
You're going to eat it.
I'm going to eat it.
Are you going to pass up food? No.
No, I'm never going to pass up food. So that was my weekend of eating, getting fat, and here I am.
And here you are.
I got to get in shape.
So how much weight have you lost since you started this contest?
Believe it or not, I stayed at the same.
You haven't lost any weight.
Didn't lose any weight, didn't gain any weight.
But I know for a fact that Jim has lost 10 pounds.
Well, guess what? Jim is also going to Texas.
Oh.
And he ate 3 slices of pizza in the studio last night.
Okay.
So I don't know if Jim's going to hold up.
He might have to, starve himself for a couple of days before he comes back.
He might. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I might get a steak sandwich. He might get a burger. We'll find out. But, it's all good. It's all good. I'm very excited about being part of this. I'm going to win this weight loss contest.
All right.
That's for sure.
My money's on Jim.
You think so?
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that when we come back. But I am Johnny Rizzo. I'm here with Mama Dukes. We are Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Check out our website at motorcyclemayhemradio.com and follow us on all our social media. And we'll be right back after this message.
Civil service workers. Did you know that back in 2018, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that you're constitutionally protected to opt out of your union? You keep your job, your hours, and benefits, and you don't have to pay overpriced union dues. Now there's a choice. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
For commercial office printers, copiers, document cloud-based solutions, and with over 50 years of service, the choice is clear. Northeastern Office Equipment. Get a free, no-obligation quote. Visit northeasternoffice.com.
And we are back with Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. I am Johnny Rizzo. I am with the most beautiful Mama Dukes.
That's only because I just got my hair done at Leslie's Hair Salon,
Yeah, I see
9
that.
Green Street in Huntington.
Wow. Cha-ching. I can't stop because right now, folks, let me explain to you. Margaret's naked, all right?
No, I'm not.
She's just wearing leopard. That's it. Like that movie, Titanic. I want you to take a picture of me in this.
And what?
Just this.
It's such a. Oh,
Okay. Beep.
bleep that out.
I will have to go back and bleep that out.
All right, so please remember to bleep that out.
No.
Did I say the actual word?
I don't know. You said something like,
Oh, that was
Sugar.
terrible.
I think you
All
said
right,
sugar.
I said sugar.
all right?
Okay, I gotta watch.
I'm a
mine
sugar
now.
head.
We're,
That's
we're
what
on
it is.
AM radio.
Yes, we are. Mama Dukes has a potty mouth.
I do.
I'm gonna get a jar in here. I'm gonna
I
collect some money
know.
from you.
I'm gonna start owing a lot of money, man.
So anyway, like I was saying before, Jim's going to Texas, and you know he's going to gain some weight there. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping to win this thing, bring home the trophy, get my steak, and that's going to be that.
Meanwhile, what did you have for dinner before you came to the studio?
I had 2 pieces of chicken.
Oh, that's all you had?
That's all I had.
All right. Well, just stay away from the carbs and the sugar, and you'll be fine.
no bread. I had bread today. I had a turkey sandwich, but not on white bread, on a whole wheat. So.
Okay.
And for breakfast, I had egg whites with turkey and spinach. 2 egg
All right.
whites.
We
and one
don't
whole
have
wheat.
to describe your food. Let's get on with the
Come
show
on.
here. People don't want to know what you ate.
I thought this was Food Mayhem Radio.
No, it's not.
I know.
But it is a motorcycle radio show, and we do discuss stuff that
do.
happens in the motorcycle world. And
Yes.
you know, you have said you wanted to mention something. We had some sad
What?
news.
Yeah,
in the
we had sad
motorcycle.
news that we heard in the motorcycle community all over the world, actually. Robbie Knievel has passed away of cancer. Now, he was born in 1962 and he passed away in 2023. Revy said, he was known for jumping the Grand Canyon. You remember that?
Well, he did a lot of stuff. Well, we've got to talk about Evil first.
Oh, that's his
dad.
father. Everyone knows his father's evil.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, not a lot of people know.
Did that sound right? His father's evil.
Right.
Well, yeah, his father was evil.
All right. For all you people born after, I don't know, 1985 or 6, they should just Google Evil Knievel. But Robbie Knievel was, his dad's little protege there. And yeah, he took on to the stunt riding, and he did pretty good for himself. I would imagine. I could never watch the jumps though.
It's tough to watch. I played a video last night on another show we were doing, and it's tough to watch that jump because you're gonna wipe out at the end of this jump. You're gonna break a bone. You just don't know which bone it is yet.
I know.
So,
but I know he actually he had a televised jump. He jumped Caesar's Palace. He did it in to pay homage to his dad. He jumped the Caesar's Palace fountain in 1989.
Wow.
So that's when he did, right? That's when he did that. The jump took place 22 years after Evil Knievel failed at that jump. And that's pretty much, like most people, the worst thing you could see was watching Evil not make that jump, his father.
Oh.
And, but he did land safely, and he became the first to successfully jump the fountains. And after the jump, he was like, "Yo, that's for you, Dad." So that's pretty cool. To see the next generation of stunt bike riders do that. I'm trying to think what else he did.
But you know what though? It's got to be cool. Like people that I've been to the Super Bowl, I've been to the World Series, I've seen Derek Jeter play, whatever. To say I saw Evil Knievel jump and fail in Vegas.
I know.
And then to say, I seen Robbie Knievel jump and make it. That's some cool things to see.
I think it's great. The Grand Canyon thing would have flipped me out.
But he made it though. But the only thing with
he
that,
did. He broke something.
he broke his leg, I think.
I think so.
But he actually made that jump, but he hit the landing thing so hard that when he hit the dirt, you could just tell that he wasn't stopping that bike.
Yeah.
He went right into the stage, but they had the hay in front of the stage. So, how do you get involved with these things, you think, right? Yeah, I remember. Robbie started riding a motorcycle at 7 years old.
7, that's young.
7 years old. He did his first performance at Madison Square Garden with his dad at 8 years old.
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
So by the time he was 12 years old, he was out on tour by himself.
Wow.
Can you imagine? I mean, that's
actually pretty cool.
So for me and you to think about jumping the Grand Canyon or jumping the fountains in Vegas is something that's pretty natural for him, watching his father do it and then being basically born
right
into it.
He was born into it. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So,
and that was like a huge undertaking for him to take on, to have to kind of live up to his father's legacy.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, but
tough shoes to fill.
Yeah, they really were. But he did pretty well with that on his own afterwards. So it was nice to see him continue the legacy. So, our hearts and prayers go out to the Knievel family
guy,
there.
60 years old, man.
Yeah, cancer sucks, man.
It does. And somebody has somebody in the family that had it, that knows about it. That's why the biker community is so amazing, because when someone does have it and they need help,
the
bikers are right there to put on a benefit or a ride or something, a charity to help you pay for your bills or continue life.
That's why we always tell people, when you see a group of bikers riding, on Sunday afternoon, give them their room. Wait, it's only a few minutes out of your life that you have to sit there and wait, till they successfully get to their end site. But they're not out there to cause trouble and havoc. They're there to raise money for a really good cause.
I mean, have you ever been on a ride before that didn't go planned? Like we did the 9/11 ride. I had to be back in 2000. I think it was 2011 or 10. And we did the 9/11 ride that started at Harley Davidson in New York on Northern Boulevard. And we met all the bikes there, and then we had to make stops. We had the fire department and police department lead us over the Queensboro Bridge into the city. And I don't know what happened where the escort was gone. And I couldn't believe the angry people that were coming after the bikers. It was scary.
Yeah.
It really was bad. I watched people get
I know what happened there.
What happened?
So there was an emergency call.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that's what happens.
Right.
So if there's, some type of an emergency going on, the police department and the sheriffs and everybody that's in the, it's not a funeral procession or anything, and they can't, they have to break and they have to, address the emergency.
Yeah, well, that's expected.
But, so now for future runs, you got to make sure you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
So, and make sure that the people, that there are escorts and things like that. But, glitches happen in all events and rides. But the whole idea is that, the organized runs, they're organized for a reason.
Yep.
And the community gets together, and it's ironic too, because we were just discussing this before we went on the show, but this is what the biker community does. So there was a 105-year-old woman.
Yes.
God bless her for being 105.
God bless her.
Her name was, still is, she's still alive, Helena Card.
Yep.
She rode motorcycles in her 20s. So that was, 80 years ago. Can you imagine? Yeah. And
back then, that wasn't accepted.
No.
Right? That wasn't accepted.
No, because you know why, Johnny? The women had to wear pants when they rode a motorcycle.
Right.
And women weren't allowed to wear pants 80 years ago. So, it's one of those crazy things. But regardless of that, so she had always been a motorcycle enthusiast. She rode. She did a lot of stuff on bikes, back in her young days, like we all did. What does it say here? She said she was a loan officer and then retired from the banking industry when she was 93. So one of the things that she wanted for her 105th birthday was to ride on the back of a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, she's 105. But let me tell you, a group of Tennessee bikers got together and granted this woman's wish.
That's
And
awesome.
she said she felt like she was 17 years old again.
Yeah, and
It was
she-
just a quick little run.
Yep.
105 years old. But she went around the block, and if you Google her name, Helen Akkad, if I'm pronouncing correctly, I hope I am, Akard, just to see literally the smile from ear to ear on this woman's face.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you can do something like that, grant somebody a wish on a ride on a motorcycle. I know locally, I have a good friend of mine, Ginger. We, as motorcycle riders and supporters, and she's always been part of the motorcycle riding community at all her events, lovingly known as the Tambourine Lady. But she's an activities director at an old folks' home here in Westbury. And we granted wishes to the residents there, obviously pre-COVID, and gave them rides on motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see the excitement in their faces, man.
They love it.
They absolutely love it.
And we also know a woman who still rides to today, Gloria Struck, who we got to meet. And she's an amazing woman.
Right. She just I can't even remember how many years she's been riding, but she's
She was
part
75 years.
Yeah.
She was riding, but probably now about 76 years
and
now.
she's part of one of the oldest women's riding organizations,
Yep.
the Motor Maids.
The Motor Maids.
Yeah. And she was the subject of a well-known artist, David Yule, who's a graphic artist for Harley Davidson for years, designed all their T-shirts and stuff. And he has his own line of paintings. So if you ever have a chance, look up his work, David UHL. And she walks around wearing the painting on a T-shirt of her when she was in her 20s, almost 30s.
That's awesome stuff.
Yeah, I got to meet her in person, and she's this little teeny tiny woman.
I got my autograph book right here from her.
I got mine too.
She's awesome.
She's great.
Sweetheart.
And that cover on that book about her, that's done by David Yule. That's the image I'm talking about.
That's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I know she was denied gas one time.
Because she was a woman?
Because she was a woman on a motorcycle, and they did not accept that back in the day.
No.
But you know what? Hey, God bless her. When you talk to her, she's right there. She knows exactly what's going on. And when me and Chris are actually talking about taking her out to lunch one of these days coming up.
I would definitely want to be a part of that.
We can get
luncheon.
you involved with that too.
That would be
and
great.
Go to Jersey and have lunch with her.
Sure, why
But
not?
you know what? Hey, but guys, I am Johnny Rizzo. I'm sitting here with Mama Dukes, and we are Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Check out our website at motorcyclemayhemradio.com. Our podcast, this podcast is going to be on Motorcycle Mayhem Radio show on iHeartRadio.
City workers are struggling, and their union's been letting them down for years. But thanks to a U.S. Supreme Court ruling, civil service workers now have a choice. I can stop my dues and get better protection and benefits for less than I'm paying the union. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
Micro DOT helmets weigh less than a bottle of water and are the lightest DOT-approved helmets on the market, available in a variety of styles. Keep your head safe with a lightweight DOT-approved helmet. Visit microdothelmets.com.
Long Island has some of the world's most aggressive drivers. I'm Motorcycle Mike, your personal injury attorney. When someone causes an accident resulting in injury or even death, you have a right to sue. I've helped out many Long Islanders in their fight for what they deserve. Motorcycle Mike, always on your side and always there for you.
Call 631-293-2300. Visit motorcyclemikeesq.com.
And we are back live on Motorcycle Mayhem Radio on WOR 710 AM. Check out our website at motorcyclemayhemradio.com. So, Mama,
yeah,
that was awesome with the age of these women riding motorcycles.
I know.
Though.
I have something to look forward to.
You do,
right?
You do.
I'm going to be 60 in a couple of months.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Wow.
I know. It's pretty scary too.
That's not old.
Not really.
I'm only 54.
Oh, you're still a baby.
I'm a baby.
You are a baby.
Yes.
No, but we were talking about, rules and regulations and laws and things like that. And, even though, quote, we are a Motorcycle Mayhem Radio, there's a few things, we like to let people know about.
Right.
Because we don't advocate or, support these crazy people that do crazy things while they're driving in cars or on motorcycles. It's kind of frowned upon in our society, even, with the tough guy bikers and stuff. There's a time and place for everything. So, and we obviously, especially me being a board member again, I was sworn in this past week with other ABATE board members.
Okay. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's a great organization. But for people who aren't aware, and there are people that are, there has been, in Suffolk County alone, over 1,500 calls in 2022 for illegal ATV riders and dirt bikes. Now, in my neighborhood, it's just a constant everyday thing.
Well, my warehouse too. Same thing.
Yeah. They drive around. They got nothing to, nowhere to go. But sadly, what happened, I'll tell you the new law, but sadly, for those who have ATVs and dirt bikes and do motocross, in Suffolk County, the 10th Street Motocross in Ronkonkoma, which is a 6-acre dirt track where people used to be able to go and practice their skills, their lease is up in 2 weeks. So that whole facility is going to be not available for people. So now what's going to happen because of Suffolk County, which I am in agreement with, I hate to say this, and the word here is illegally operating.
Yes.
If you are illegally operating an ATV or a dirt bike and you're putting people in danger, you're going to face a fine of, the first offense is now $1,000. $1,000 fine.
That's a lot of money.
And if you're a kid, mommy and daddy's paying for that.
Yes.
The second time, offenders will face $3,000, and the third time, offenders will face $7,500. $7,500. So if it's not going to hit in the pocket, obviously
they got to make the rules and the laws tougher because they're going to keep doing it.
They're just going to keep doing it. So hopefully this will help people in Suffolk County.
I'm sure it will.
With the accidents and the reckless driving.
And we'll get more to this when we get back from commercial break and when we start our podcast. So I am Johnny Rizzo sitting here with Mama Dukes, and you're listening to Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Check out our website, motorcyclemayhemradio.com. We'll be right back.
City workers are struggling, and their union's been letting them down for years. But thanks to a U.S. Supreme Court ruling, civil service workers now have a choice. I can stop my dues and get better protection and benefits for less than I'm paying the union. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
Stop by First Manufacturing Company at 389 West Sunrise Highway in Freeport, New York. They have the largest selection of motorcycle accessories, apparel, and fashion leather goods on Long Island. Use the promo code RADIO and receive 20% off your in-store or online order. Visit firstmfg.com.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister, and rev up your engines because you're listening to Motorcycle Mayhem Radio.
All right, we are back. Wow. I'm going to say live, but we're not live. We're live.
No, that wasn't even long enough to go to the bathroom.
I know. But I am Johnny Rizzo. I'm sitting with Mama Dukes. We are Motorcycle Mayhem Radio.
Yeah, so, we were just talking about when we went on commercial break about the new law in Suffolk County, New York,
right?
With the fines going towards the ATV riders and the dirt bike riders that are riding on the streets illegally. So this is Suffolk County's aspect. What's happening in New York City? I believe that they're just confiscating these bikes that are illegal,
right,
and they're just getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody's trying to do right by, this illegal activity,
right,
because, there's always one bad apple that, ruins the whole bunch, girl, guy, whatever. Yep. It doesn't matter. But, with this particular show, we love talking about organized events and organized rides and organized runs and organized craziness, under the watchful eye of other organized crazy people. So, we don't do it in the streets. We do it in, at closed events like Catskill, Mountain Thunder up there,
That's coming soon.
That's coming soon. And we have all these great events that are happening that we're going to talk about in the podcast, the second part of the show, where we can talk about all the craziness that us bikers do.
Right.
Oh, Johnny's oopsie, playing music there.
But, you know what, talking about that, if you have a topic that you would like to speak about or have us talk about a topic, and we can even give you a call, right? You go to our website, motorcyclemayhemradio.com, or call us, 877-917-5263. Leave a short message, a minute to 3 the most. Okay, a quick story if you want to talk about it and leave your phone number, we can call you back on the show.
Right.
And you can be part of the mayhem.
Can they shoot us an email too?
They can shoot us an email, Motorcycle Mayhem Radio Show at gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear people's riding
we
stories.
are bikers here for the bike. This show is for you guys. If you're a biker, you want to get your name out there, you want to get heard, definitely contact us. You know what I mean?
And if you have any events that are happening in
Yes.
the area, let us know about it. They can also go. We have a huge presence on social media.
Absolutely.
Right? With Motorcycle Mayhem Radio on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, on YouTube. So we're going to head over now to the podcast version of this show on iHeartRadio, which will be aired at a later date. So look out for it. So go to Motorcycle Mayhem Radio Show to hear us on the podcast, and we'll see you over there. Right, Mama?
You got it.
We out.
Bikers Info USA, the first bikers app by bikers, for bikers, and it's free. National and state events, Sturgis and Daytona, Bikers Info USA. Every motorcycle manufacturer dealer listed. Biker products for you and your bike. Bikers Info USA. Find the places to go, places to party, places to stay at every event. Bikers Info USA. Download it now. It's free. Bikers Info USA.
And we are back. Welcome to iHeartRadio, Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. I am Johnny Rizzo. I'm sitting here with Mama Dukes, and here we are, Mama.
Here we are.
What's up? You know what? I want to make a statement real quick. So anybody that's in their cars right now might be listening to the show. Pay attention. Just think about what you're going to do before you do it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. What happened to me and my daughter coming home from Florida. We're doing 80 miles an hour on Route 95 in Maryland. I'm in the middle lane. There's a car about 150 feet in the left lane in front of me. A car behind him about 50 feet on my left, and a tractor trailer on my right, about maybe 150 feet behind me. The guy up there, the first car, missed his exit. So guess what he does? He stops in the middle, in the left lane, stops, puts his blinker on to get off his exit. The guy behind him almost took him out. I almost took him out, and all I see is his tractor trailer barreling down. Now, the guy in the tractor trailer was alert, because that guy just put his blinker on, started going over, and the tractor trailer went off the road onto the grass and went around this guy. And you know what this guy did? He got off his exit and went on his merry way. I flipped out when I see something like that. So if you're driving, just think about what you're going to do. Get off the next exit and turn around. That's all you got to do. How many lives you could have killed that night?
Yeah.
Or got killed himself?
Well, thank God you and the driver behind him and that tractor trailer driver
all safe.
were all safe and alert.
Can you imagine being on a motorcycle?
Can you imagine being in an electric car?
Right.
That would not have picked up on that situation.
Right.
I'm very anti-electric car, if you can't tell.
Are you really?
Yeah, totally. Because one of the main reasons is this in the autopilot mode, which I don't recommend for anybody to do.
Right.
Because I feel any vehicle that you drive, and this is my, we're on a good show for this. This is my opinion. It's a luxury. It's
True.
It's a gift that you're able to A, afford a car, B, drive a car. You should be paying attention to what's going on.
Absolutely.
And to have a little, futuristic Jetsons mobile that you push on autopilot and you think it's fabulous until a bicyclist or a motorcycle or a pedestrian walks in front of you and you're busy texting your friends.
Yep.
Technically, you're screwing up. You can't rely on modern technology for everything. But
Absolutely
idiot
not.
moves like that, that's why I always recommend for motorcycle riders and for people driving in cars, get yourself a dash cam.
Yeah, I agree.
The easiest thing in the world to
I
get.
agree.
They are so affordable. It will save you from proving who was at fault in an accident. You can report people that do stupid things with it if you want to be, a person that does that. But if somebody causes an accident and leaves the scene of an accident, you got proof of it right there on your dash cam.
Absolutely. You know what? And especially being on a motorcycle, when I ride a motorcycle, Margaret, my eyes are going back and forth, and I'm always have an escape route. You always try to plan an escape route. Like if that guy's going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you always have to assume that the car or whatever is going to jump out in front of you.
Right.
Always be prepared. I know people that ride motorcycles they're careless. They're doing 80 miles an hour and they don't see that car. I see the car that's going to come out in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always on the ball, and that's how you have to be.
You're always looking for an out.
Always getting a escape
My
route.
father taught me that.
Yeah.
That was probably the best advice I had ever gotten when he was teaching me how to drive.
And I taught my son.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. Always give yourself an out. And remember the truck drivers that are working their butts off, trying to make a living.
Yep.
You got 20 tons of steel behind you.
Ain't gonna stop.
If that car was in the middle lane and that truck was behind him, that guy would have been dead.
Yeah,
I think truck driver probably would have flipped out.
I think when you hit a certain age, you should have to take a road test over again.
I agree with you.
Or at least a written test, something to have some kind of knowledge.
No, I think a driving test, because what happens look at all the driving conditions that have changed through the years.
Absolutely.
One of them is the huge amount of vehicles that are on the road.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
When you and I, in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, it wasn't as crazy, except if you lived in California, it's always been that way.
Oh yeah.
But that waiting that extra, if you missed your exit, you don't slam on your brakes and cut across 4 lanes of traffic to get to your exit. You do what you just said.
Right.
Just go to the next exit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
all right. So it's 10 miles out of the way on the Long Island Expressway. I see it all the time.
Absolutely.
These guys are in the left. Oh, there's my exit. I'm just going to cut across everybody.
Yep.
Just
not caring what happens behind them.
and not care. And that's, thankfully there aren't a lot of motorcycles out, but act as if there are.
Yep.
Because there are people that ride their bikes.
Even the selfish people that are out there.
24/7.
Selfish where, I have to make a left here, but there's a line of cars making a left, so they stop in the middle lane and put their blinker on. No. Go to the next lane, turn around.
Just make a U-turn, man.
That's all you got to do.
That's why I like Jersey.
Jersey, yes.
You got to make rights to make a left.
That's right.
It sounds absolutely ridiculous. But when I ride my motorcycle, because of the amount of accidents that happen, and a lot of them are from left turn drivers making a left turn in front of us.
Yep.
So to avoid me making a left turn and some idiot coming from another direction, I make a right to make a left.
You can do that. Yeah.
I refuse to cross. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm riding by
You're
myself.
Being cautious.
Right.
Yep.
When I'm riding by myself, and now because of, I guess, old age and all of that, and especially coming here, I'm like, oops, I missed.
Well, it's hard to find the driveway here sometimes.
It's hard to find the driveway.
I passed it
But
yesterday.
my reaction to that wasn't slamming on my brakes and backing up.
Right.
And I've seen people do that on Jericho Turnpike.
Absolutely.
Oh, I missed my store. Let me slam on my brakes and back up.
Yep.
And so I can get into the driveway.
Go to the next one, turn around, come back.
Go around the block. I happened to go past this studio, and I stopped at Burger King.
Yep. And even if you didn't miss your exit or you didn't miss your driveway, if you're going to change lanes or make a turn, just make sure there's nobody there, especially a motorcycle. Because
Exactly.
even here, the weather's still kind of not cold.
It's really not that cold.
Not that- people are riding.
And a lot of people are still riding.
There could be a bike right next to you. You don't even know it.
You just have to turn your head.
Just turn your head. Just pay attention a little bit out there.
That's what we would appreciate everyone does. I do it constantly.
Absolutely.
And it kind of pisses a couple of people when they're driving with me in the car.
Well, you got to do
But, I drive like an old lady.
that. That's okay, though.
When I have other people in my car, I'm very protective of them.
No, yes, you got to be.
So as a parent, and you know this, do you still, if you have your kids in the car who are adults, when you slam on the brakes, does the arm go out?
Absolutely.
I know.
Every time.
My daughter's like,
Every time.
I'm 35 years old, Ma. What are you doing? I said, you're in the passenger seat.
Yeah, it goes past that. These days, the way the world is these days, even stopping at a rest area, I watched my daughter go in
Yep.
and out and take your phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
And because you watch these
Doesn't
movies.
it suck? In
It
society,
does.
it has to be this way.
It does suck. You know what I mean? It really does.
Things need to change.
And you know what? And the scary part is, so many people put a label on motorcyclists, on bikers, that they're bad people, that they're the best people in the world. You feel the safest when you're with them. That if you stop at a rest area, some ordinary looking guy who could be a salesman somewhere could abduct somebody and they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
The bikers, I feel safer than anything. Not because I'm a biker, because just, maybe because I am a biker and I know the lifestyle and how they are.
Right.
But you are in the safest place when you're around bikers. That's for sure.
I agree.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
So I think that's the best thing to do.
So let's talk about events that bikers go to.
We're going to talk about events that bikers go to, but real quick commercial. We'll be right back.
City workers are struggling, and their union's been letting them down for years. But thanks to a U.S. Supreme Court ruling, civil service workers now have a choice. I can stop my dues and get better protection and benefits for less than I'm paying the union. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
Micro DOT helmets weigh less than a bottle of water and are the lightest DOT-approved helmets on the market, available in a variety of styles. Keep your head safe with a lightweight DOT-approved helmet. Visit microdothelmets.com. For commercial office printers, copiers, document cloud-based solutions, and with over 50 years of service, the choice is clear. Northeastern Office Equipment. Get a free, no-obligation quote. Visit northeasternoffice.com.
And we're back. So, I said a quick commercial
You
moment.
did say a quick commercial.
So,
Man, that really was quick.
Yeah, that's okay. But events that are coming up, I mean, there are so many things that go on during the summer, and it starts pretty much April, right? There's bike nights, there's all kinds of deals. Long Island Debate's constantly at events.
Right.
And doing, would you have anything planned with the Long Island Debate this year that you know of?
No, absolutely nothing.
Nothing?
No, of course we do.
Gonna go to the beach every day, just relax and all that, right?
Well, we do. So coming up at the end of April, I believe it's April 30th.
Right.
We have, it starts for Motorcycle Awareness Month in May.
Okay.
We usually, Long Island Debate tries and gets what we call our motorcycle safety run.
Okay.
And bike
yes.
bike blessing.
Yep.
So it kind of is the kickoff for the season. Pretty much we gather over at the H. Lee Dennison building.
Yep.
And it's an organized police escorted or sheriff escorted run. It's all about safety. And normally we have guest speakers.
Yeah.
And safety demonstrations. So it's still in the process of being finalized, but it looks like that will take place in April, the end of April. And then
And where's that building? It's out in Suffolk County.
the H. Lee Dennison building in Hopog.
Right.
Yeah. On
So-
Veterans, 347.
Yeah, Veterans Memorial Highway. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called, that too.
Yeah. But that's awesome stuff, man. The Long Island Debate there. We Motorcycle Mayhem Radio was there last year. But On the Road Again was there last year.
On the
Good
Road
stuff.
Again, yeah. And there are a lot of On the Road Again, for those who aren't aware, it's a motorcycle training course,
Right.
to prepare you to get a motorcycle license if you're looking to ride, or if you are looking to amp up your skills
Sure.
as a seasoned motorcyclist.
And I know that Chris from the Long Island Debate, they do their parking lot practice a lot in the summer too.
Yes,
So I gotta get into that. It's too early for me. Man, I
and
gotta
that,
tell ya.
well, what's good about that is it's not really a teaching class. It's for you to practice in an enclosed area that has been designated to practice
Right.
riding your motorcycle.
Absolutely.
And they put, little cones out and stuff like that so you can practice slow riding.
Yeah.
And turns and maneuvers.
You know what? You think that you're a good rider? There's always something you can learn every day. Every year that goes by, I learn something new.
I know.
I really do. And I want to learn how those sheriffs, how they ride those figure eights, those bikes, those sheriffs on the bike. You ever see that?
Yes, I've seen the YouTube videos.
Right. They're amazing, those guys.
They do that, and I've seen a motorcyclist actually make a U-turn in a parking spot.
Right. Yes.
One parking spot.
Because believe it or not, you don't feel like it, but the motorcycles are designed to do that.
They are.
They're designed for that. And it's like, I want you to do that on my bike. I don't believe my bike can do that. They could.
You could do it. You definitely could do it. You have the skills and the practice. But then I like going to events where I see motorcyclists doing stunts. I'm
Yeah.
totally into that.
Oh, me too.
You know,
It's amazing. how they do the stunts. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, you ever go to what is the block party? The Indian Larry block party.
Yeah.
They get those guys from Connecticut to come down, and those guys are unbelievable.
They do some crazy stuff.
What a road glide. Road glides are really made to do wheelies. You know, they can do wheelies really good.
Well, why would you want to?
I have a road glide. I couldn't even dream about doing a wheelie.
No. But I'm just saying, under those circumstances, in a closed area, guys that have been practicing on their own, just, as much as it's like, oh, cool, look at that guy riding down,
But you know what's cool about the Indian Larry block party? They do that. The cops are there.
Right.
I was feeling the cops were there watching.
Right.
And they were in the streets. I mean, oh my God, they were going nuts. All the bikes doing wheelies, the burnouts. If you're into that stuff, definitely check out the Indian Larry block party in Brooklyn. They have it, what is it, like usually like September 11th, that weekend?
Well, no, I thought it was in July, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's September. Well, it's usually in September. That's right. Because then
September 11th, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's not going to be September 11th.
Well, I'm sure it's different every year. It's the weekend of September 11th, usually. So
it's like the weekend after Labor Day.
Right.
Whatever that weekend is.
Right. I know. So what they did this year, what was pretty cool, the Punishers did their ride, their 9/11 ride, and they ended at the Indian Larry block party.
That's right.
So it was like you got to go to the city, go to the World Trade Center. You ever do that ride? The 9/11 ride with PJ and the Punishers?
No, I've been there at the start of it, and there's thousands of motorcycles. But, I'm so exhausted from being there at like 6 o'clock in the morning that it's just kind of hard to get on a bike and actually do the ride. But I've seen really good videos and drone videos of the event and stuff. Yeah, it's a very nice tribute.
We didn't do it last year because we were set up at the Indian Larry block party, so I couldn't do both. But the year before, we did Aqueduct Raceway, and then the ride went into Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, went by the World Trade Center, then came down 42nd Street. And I was blown away. We had the escort from start to beginning.
I know.
Or should I say beginning to end? That's what I should say.
Well, I know what you meant. So
the people out there were like, wait, not the beginning. What is that?
Like, what are you talking about?
But it was incredible. Woodhaven Boulevard shut down. Cross Bay Boulevard, the Bell Parkway, all the way to the FDR shut down. You come through that tunnel. And if you never did this before, the World Trade Center is right there. Boom. Now, for me, I'm a truck driver also.
Right. I
can't go on the FDR. So I'm not on the FDR a lot. I can say maybe once in my life. And that was on my bike coming through that tunnel coming out. And you get to see the World Trade Center, boom, right in front of you. And all the people taking pictures and cheering you on.
Yeah, that's really great. But I think going back to the Indian Larry block party thing, it's probably going to be Saturday, September 16th.
Okay.
So that's something to look forward to.
And that's a great day.
Yeah, we'll have what's nice about being part of Long Island Abate is that we get a list after all the runs. Believe it or not, all these rides that we're talking about, these are planned like a year in advance. So everybody puts in for their dates so nobody steps on, other people's events and stuff like that. So it's a very nice organized thing. And we usually get a whole entire list and it gets printed out in our handbook. We try and get the handbook ready for May.
Now, who makes the handbook?
Well, Long Island Abate does.
Well, who makes it?
I don't know. You have to ask Josephine.
No, I'm going to tell you who makes it.
Okay.
Wayne Blast. Okay? Wayne Blast, right? He makes everything. T-shirts. He makes banners. Wayne Blast makes all of our stuff. Shirts.
He makes all our shirts and stuff, but
maybe he didn't make the
he didn't make the handbook, and that
I think I went to Wayne Blast.
No, there's a woman that puts this all together. Because it's all volunteers and organizations, and Josephine, our vice president, has all that information.
Yes,
I do not know that, but I know what goes into it. I know you saw an opportunity.
I saw an opportunity.
Blew it, but that's all right. But Wayne Blast does do a lot of good custom work, and he's local, and there are no minimums. No, you might pay a little extra for 5 T-shirts, but you know what? He'll do 5 T-shirts if that's all you need. So if you have a family reunion or something like that coming up and you don't want to buy 100 shirts or 50 shirts.
Cups, banners, whatever. Go to Wayne Blast. Go to WayneBlast.com or Wayne Blast Customs on Facebook. Check them out.
I know.
So there's a lot of events coming up, and we're going to be everywhere this year. And The Long Island bait's going to be everywhere. And we're doing street fairs as well. The Ron Conkerman Street Fair. We did that twice last year. That was really good.
Yeah, it's great. I want to try and get the St. Patrick's Day parade is coming up too.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a few parades that you can be involved in as well.
St. Gennaro's.
And speaking of St. Patrick's Day parade, usually what goes on prior to St. Patrick's Day, there's a foundation called the St. Baldrick's Foundation. And what they do is they help raise funds to help conquer childhood cancers. And what happens is a lot of Irish bars all over New York City and Long Island, they put events together where people will raise money and watch you get your head shaved.
Yes.
And it's the most emotional event I've ever been to. Have you ever been to one of these events?
Yeah, I actually, Wayne Forte, who's part of our Monday night show, he's actually involved with this.
And there's one coming up.
Comac Miller's Ale House on 88 Veterans Highway in Comac, Sunday, March 5th from 12 to 4. What a great day. Like, I saw a video of a girl had long, blonde, beautiful hair, and she shaved it all off, and everybody in the room was just crying.
Right.
Just crying.
It's just amazing because
amazing.
You know what? We want to help children. We want to help children that are going through cancer. And the St. Baldrick's Foundation is probably one of the better foundations out there that you know where the money's going.
Absolutely.
And so,
absolutely.
And then the upside is you're in an Irish bar and you get to drink.
Exactly. Actually, Wayne was talking about maybe doing something with the St. Baldrick's this year in the motorcycle community, having some kind of event or a ride or something. So
let's see if we can put something together where we can do a ride to that event.
Yeah, and now, you know what? Now with this radio show on WOR 710 and being part of the iHeart family, we're reaching New York City, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Westchester, Jersey. So a lot more people can get involved. Our voice is getting out there, Margaret. Yeah. This voice, the worst voice on radio.
I apologize in advance to everyone listening.
But you do know that when you hear this voice, you know what you're listening to.
This is true.
That's for sure.
I cannot imitate you and your what's up?
What's up, everybody? It happens, but I'm really excited about this year. Especially the show is where we are and on the radio and all that stuff. And we're doing good.
We have a lot of good things to get out there for everybody. And it's just another voice to get out what's happening in the motorcycle riding community and, also in, the vehicle riding community.
And the awareness, just your motorcycle awareness, Margaret.
And just awareness in general.
Absolutely.
Distracted driving and all that crazy stuff. It's just, it's sad. It's really sad.
Yep.
I hate bringing up horrible things, but when you have people, twice in 1 week on the Long Island Expressway, it was shut down.
Oh, I did that.
For whatever the reason was for the accident, into the median, cars blow up. Thankfully,
horrible.
One woman was rescued by a couple of bystanders before.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
they pulled this woman out.
They turned the car over.
So thank you to all the people that that care about other humans.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will, jump out of their car and pull somebody out of safety instead of the first thing they do is take their video camera out.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, Margaret, we'll be right back after these messages.
Civil service workers. Did you know that back in 2018, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that you're constitutionally protected to opt out of your union? You keep your job, your hours and benefits, and you don't have to pay overpriced union dues. Now there's a choice. Go to stopmydues.com to find out more.
Long Island has some of the world's most aggressive drivers. I'm Motorcycle Mike, your personal injury attorney. When someone causes an accident resulting in injury or even death, you have a right to sue. I've helped out many Long Islanders in their fight for what they deserve. Motorcycle Mike, always on your side and always there for you.
Call 631-293-2300. Visit motorcyclemikeesq.com.
Stop by First Manufacturing Company at 389 West Sunrise Highway in Freeport, New York. They have the largest selection of motorcycle accessories, apparel, and fashion leather goods on Long Island. Use the promo code RADIO and receive 20% off your in-store or online order. Visit firstmfg.com.
All right. We are back.
Oh, my God. I didn't even have... What happened there?
It's magic.
Wow. Wow.
It's magic.
So for those, I'm looking at the studio right now.
Yeah, you like it,
and
huh?
I'm looking at all the decorations that you have up here. So
Yeah.
there's an autograph picture
Mark Mendoza.
to Mark Mendoza, but why does it say to? It looks like to Joni.
It says Johnny and Motorcycle Man Radio.
I know what it says, but Mark's handwriting is not very great. Who's James Pravasilis?
Okay, his last name is really hard to say. I can't say it. But he's from Brooklyn, and he is an actor and movie maker. So he's really involved in Hollywood stuff. So
Maybe we should call him for this show.
Well, I'll have him come on. Yeah.
That would be nice.
That would be great. Plus, if you look behind you, see an autograph picture from everybody from Twisted back there.
Oh, from everybody from Twisted Sister. Yeah.
There you go.
So for this show, I'm hoping it comes out the same day, but if it does, as we speak, Twisted Sister is being inducted into the Metal Hall of Fame, and they also are performing for the first time.
Yes.
But what kind of grinds my gears, as they say, stealing from Family Guy. I'll give a plug where plugs are deserved. We had Mark on this show.
Yep.
And Mark announced that very same thing.
Right.
Prior to Blabbermouth and everybody else putting it out there, and Portnoy saying, well, now that the cat's out of the bag, you guys all know that I'm playing the drums. But Mark kind of did an oopsie, not even realizing we were just shooting the you-know-what.
Yeah.
And we didn't promote it or anything because we don't do that.
And that's an incredible show. She Twisted Sister about to get it for those show.
I think, the way the media, but the way they worded it was like it was it's a reunion. Like all the guys, Twisted Sister reunion. So of course you're going to clickbait and click it and see what they mean by that. But no, it's not a reunion concert. It's not the, Twisted Christmas show that we used to all love and go. They're receiving an award, and they all decided that, we're going to perform.
Yeah.
And Portnoy and
what a drummer too.
He's fabulous. He's fabulous, and I'm looking forward to seeing the recording of the show.
Yeah, somebody have that on video on YouTube or something. But you know what, Margaret? We haven't mentioned tonight at all. Is today is the whatever date today is, but coming up on the 18th. The new Harley Davidsons are coming out.
Well, by the time this show airs,
they'll be out.
Yeah. So people should go to Nassau County Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson, Nassau County.
Oh, yeah, Harley Davidson, Nassau County, that too.
That's where I bought all my bikes.
I know. And they can go to their other local Harley dealers, but we prefer Harley Davidson in Nassau County because we had Larry, the owner, on here as a guest.
What a great show, too. That's up on the podcast now, so you can listen to it.
They can. We've got a couple of shows going up there. But then, I want to actually go down there and check out the big reveal.
I got to see it. There must be some kind of major difference to a bike. I can't wait to see it. I'm like a little kid. So we're going to head out to Harley Davidson in Nassau County and check that out.
I would.
You never know. I might go home in one.
Oh, God, no. Really?
Yeah, I never know. I mean,
you're going to trade up?
I love my Rogue Light. The problem is with a bike, though, I put so much of me into the bike, like the stereo system and the shocks and all that,
The only thing I ever did was change the paint.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like once you sit on a bike and it's yours, right? Okay, yeah, the maintenance stuff and the tires and a couple little tchotchkes here and there. But if you're not gonna really keep that bike for the rest of your life,
right?
Mountain Man's bike, he bought it in the 80s, and he still has it.
That's awesome.
The same motorcycle. I know a lot of guys that really take good care of their stuff.
Oh yeah.
Why would you want to get rid of it when you love the one you have?
Absolutely, man. I'd hate to.
Kind of sounds like a marriage, really.
Yeah, really, right? So hey, guys, listen. We are Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Me and Margaret, we talk about the biking lifestyle. If you have a story you'd like to share with us, call our number at 877-917-5263 and leave us a message. We might take your story onto the air, or we might even call you from the show. So check out our podcast on Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Send us an email, motorcyclemayhemradioshow@gmail.com. And definitely check out our website, motorcyclemayhemradio.com. There's a lot of Motorcycle Mayhem.
Yeah, a lot of that. Or you could just Google Motorcycle Mayhem Radio and you'll see the little skull with the microphone. And,
there you go.
And that's what you click on.
But this summer coming up, if you want to know what all the events are or what's going on in the motorcycle world, This is the show you want to listen to right here. Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. Margaret, I want to thank you again for being part of the show.
Mama Dukes also.
Mama Dukes.
You keep telling people my real name. I'm trying to be incognito here.
Oh, we got Mama Dukes in the house.
Not Margaret. I don't know who she is.
I don't know where. Oh, she just left. She's the one that's naked, right? So,
yeah, that's the naked broad that was here.
So we'll see you, or you'll see us, or you'll hear us next Sunday. Check out our Facebook show on Monday nights on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got to say that because I'm used to saying that. And we'll see you guys next week. Everybody stay safe out there. We love you. And again, this is Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. I am Johnny Rizzo. I am with Mama Dukes. Everybody have a great week. See you next week. Good night, everybody.